and welcome back to RBG Gold Rush. We have an excellent run full of Doritos for you. We have a Doritos Crash Course by Tempest here, and Tempest, take it away. Let's crush those Doritos.
All right, hello everybody. My name is TempestMask1000, and unfortunately, while you will not be seeing any actual Doritos here, this game is 110% sponsored by the company themselves, and I am more than looking forward to showing you off Doritos Crash Course for the Xbox 360. This is indeed an Xbox 360 run, but you can get this game on the One as well. Plus, you can get it on PC as Doritos Crash Course Go. Just look it up, and you should be able to find it just fine. Let's get ourselves into the logistics of today's run. So this game is basically this game is basically a sort of Wipeout / American Ninja Warrior like game where the idea is I'm going to play as my Xbox avatar. I'm going to get from point A to point B through a bunch of obstacles. Try not to splash into the water, and the idea of no chicken is that anytime I'm on an obstacle, if I die 5 times, the game offers an easy way out. I have to refuse that at all costs. So just get through the courses just fine. We only got 3 worlds because while you see 5 on the screen, those 2, Las Vegas, London, and this one right here, Japan Easy, those are all DLC. I do not have the DLC yet. That's its own category. With that, though, let's get this one going, and yes, it looks like I am actually a Dorito myself, so you know what? Let's roll with it. And just a little something, RGT is just there for being there. This game is mostly timed by IGT, but in any case, timer ready? And we will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Doritos. All right, so we're starting with course number 1 in USA. It's called Safety First, and we'll get into the basic controls right now. So for the most part, I'm going to be running, and that's part of the idea. So I can run in this game, and obviously it makes my character faster, but I also have a little mechanic called sliding. So sliding makes my momentum a bit faster, and it's especially good for whenever I'm sliding down slopes, because obviously that's going to increase my momentum a bit. Of course, it doesn't have to be a slope. I can also slide on the flat floors as well and move into a jump, making me go soaring, basically. And the idea is just to go from one checkpoint to the next, and just like that, we are already done with level 1. And that is almost a IGT PB. That was just a little bit slower, but that's perfectly fine. The game likes to do these little cutscenes for your victory pose, and also gives you like a little pseudo ranking from 1st place to 4th place. In case you didn't notice, you can indeed challenge others online. It is possible, and the game actually determines who wins the race by placement. So now we're in level 2. Each world has 5 courses, and one thing you're going to notice is that there are some obstacles that will cause me to respawn back to the checkpoint, unless I were to, say, press the restart button, which is my Y button. So, keeping this in mind, those little smashing hammers, I do not want to get attacked by them, because despite what you might think, the moment I get smushed, it will automatically send me back to the checkpoint the moment the animation is done. So, yeah, that's a little something that's a bit bizarre about this game. Luckily, this did get fixed in Doritos Crash Course 2, but unfortunately, the game had been... Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's my first failure there. And there we go with the next one. I'm just going to let the cycle of these mallets time out. There we go. But yeah, unfortunately, Doritos Crash Course 2, while it was a game, unfortunately shut down back sometime in, I believe, 2014, and also got delisted. The game was more of an online-based thing, but luckily we did spare the original, so this game is still available. Unfortunately, not the sequel, though, and that's a bit sad considering that's what that's exactly how I got into Doritos Crash Course itself, but I'm more than happy with sticking to the first game regardless, and maybe one day we just might get a revival. Doritos, if you're ever watching, just know that I am very much interested to give Doritos Crash Course 2 another chance, if you are. Please.
You know, I think in honor of Doritos, we should start a $2 donation train, roughly the cost of a bag of Doritos.
Sounds like a plan to me. I am absolutely in support of that one. But yeah, I just got smashed by those little hammers twice, and of course they don't knock me off. They just send me crashing into the screen like a cartoon character right there. That's one of the charming things about this game. There's a lot of cartoony things about this that just... It doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's the whole fun of it all. Like I said, this was part of the content of a little contest called Unlock Xbox. This was something that players were encouraged to sort of join along for the heck of it. At first, it was called Avatar Crash Course, but then Doritos sponsored it, and thus giving it the name Doritos Crash Course, as we all know of it today. That's basically the story behind it. All right, so that was definitely an IGT time. So you'll notice that under my gamer tag, TechnoRock11, it shows my current time, and then on the upper right, my best time. So whenever I get something that goes under my best time, that is an IL gold right there. I am not using live split because of this. It's just easier to stick with the game. All right, so here we have the trampolines. Now, I go higher the more I'm closer to the center. Unfortunately, I just missed that platform, so I had to restart there. Ooh, not good enough with the swing. There we go. All right, and just a little there. All right. So I'll be honest with this game, I have not tried out the Xbox One version or the Doritos Crash Course Go, but I do know those exist. I have always stuck with the Xbox 360 as far as things have been, and honestly, I think it just helps add to the nostalgic value between me and this game. But with that said, it is very much still available on those 3 platforms. I know it's a little sad that you can't find this on PlayStation, but the circumstances behind the story of the game very much have me understand why it was mostly an Xbox thing. And besides, you get to have your own snazzy-looking avatar jump over things. Or you could even just have your character dressed as Master Chief, which I think the current world record of one of the categories has their avatar doing just that. All right, so that was level 4, I believe, of USA. And then Nothing But Air, it should be, the last one. I'm just going to take a little drink. Remember to stay hydrated, folks.
Hydration is definitely important. So I got a question. I got to know, nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
Ooh, that's a... Ooh, oh boy.
And if somebody wants to do a poll for that in chat, too.
I'll be honest with you. I've never had all that much Doritos in my life, but I've had some. I'm just going to go with what my taste buds would probably agree with the most. You said nachos or Cool Ranch?
Yep.
I'm going to say nachos. I'm a bit of a nacho fan myself.
Classic.
That was unfortunate. I just got smashed right there. As I mentioned before, anytime I get smashed by those press hammers, that's just going to send me back to the checkpoint. So it's another instance of pressing the restart button with the Y to make that go faster. You might have heard when I was running away from those paintballs, a little slippery sound as I was running and my character animation starting to stumble. That's a sign that you're about to trip because the game doesn't want you to run forever. So one strategy I do whenever it's close to that, and also I can feel the controller rumble, but basically I want to just let go of the run button for that time and then I'll just get back to running, no sweat. If I do it for too long, then that'll just be a little bit of time lost with the tripping, though. Oh no, that was a mallet right there. So this admittedly is one of the reasons that I have not gotten a gold medal on this stage yet. You'll notice that it says gold medal because when something it challenges the players to do is get faster times, and there are oh no, not again. Yeah, I want to be honest, this obstacle is pretty hard, to say the least. A very formidable portion of the stage, but it's also the closest thing to an auto scroller, and we all know how to feel about those. Dang, that mallet did not want a dead collision right there. Basically, oof. I kind of expected this, if I had to be honest, though. All right, just gonna wait it out. Oh, what? Dang, again. It looks like I am not fully embracing the meme just yet, folks. Don't worry, we'll get there. Up. And at him. No! Yeah, it looks like there's already a bit of meme surrounding me as it is. Alright. Again, so as you might have noticed, right there is the prompt saying stuck, skip ahead, and of course I do not want to do that. That's the whole point of the no chicken category, so at least I get to show off once what happens when the game tempts you with that little thing. The chicken category has you purposely trying to fail the minimum amount of times and then just constantly skipping, and I honestly find that not as fun, but I got nothing against anybody who does run that category. I might even try it myself, but there we go. Now, that's a third place time, surprisingly. I guess this game understood that there was going to be a little bit of difficulty there, and so, you know, no problem there, but that was definitely not my best stage for sure. Alas, we're done with the US. You might have seen things like King Kong and UFOs absorbing audience members, but we're all done with that, and now we're moving on to Europe. And here we have the first stage, which I'm pretty sure, as the name implies, involves a lot of sliding. Okay, so I did not do the slide jump right there. No problem, though. You might have noticed... I just want to apologize if anybody's suddenly starting to hear the family dog. He just started barking. Can we get a little "oh my dog" in the chat, please? But basically, yeah. Anytime you see those little pictures in the game, it's just trying to give you friendly hints, reminding you, hey, you can do this for controls. I'm going to try and jump across those platforms to make this section go a little faster. There we go. No problem. And then I'm just going to go down here. So that's next checkpoint. I'd say now's a good time to read any donations if we got any.
I don't have any donations just yet, but I can talk about this amazing charity that we're raising money for today. We are raising money for RAD, or Rise Above the Disorder, which is eliminating the two biggest obstacles to mental health care, that of availability and the cost. They are providing mental health care for everybody. So if you want to live in a world where everybody has access to good health care, please donate today by typing !donate in chat. Again, we are in the middle of a $2 donation train in honor of the glorious Doritos. Roughly for the bag of a Doritos, you could help somebody else have a better life.
I absolutely agree, and yeah, the moment I heard about Rise Above the Disorder as the charity, I knew this was going to be a good one for sure. As someone who admittedly is on the autistic spectrum, I definitely can say that I fully support any charities that help people with other disorders, mental health, or otherwise, like myself, where I'm not as affected by my diagnosis, but at the same time, I know that there are plenty of people who are not as fortunate as myself, and I feel it would be a great thing to just be able to help those people with getting along with life and all the good things. You know, just being able to have fun just as much as I do, because there's just so much I enjoy about being alive and being able to do the things I do, that it's just an honor and stuff. So yeah, if you guys could even just put in as much as $2, just know that you have my full appreciation right there. And holy heck, that was definitely quite the juggling from those paintballs right there. Yeah, okay, there we go. Just gotta. That's it. Not my best performance on that obstacle, but not the worst. So now we have some moving panels here. That's going to be one of the things you'll be starting to notice here on these courses. Don't worry, though. I will not get knocked into the screen like the mallets if those like flipping platforms do happen to get me or whatnot. It's totally safe to get hit in the face by those, but I guess not by a mallet, which, to be fair, those mallets are not even swinging with much force. So honestly, your guess is as good as mine as to what's causing me to fling into the screen right there.
I figure he's just very light because all that he eats is Doritos.
Well, I beg to differ. Again, this avatar is supposed to be a bit like me, so and considering I don't have too much Doritos, you know. I do like me some tortilla chips, though, I'll give you that. Oh boy. Okay, so it's that obstacle right there is not the last time we're going to see that, but essentially it's like a little color guide. So whenever the platform turns green, as you saw right there, it means it's going to flip under, and my job is just to get through as fast as possible before it closes up. And that was perfect. First try, no problem. Of course, with my submission run, I didn't quite get it first try, but that was still quite all right, you know. Actually, fun fact about said submission run was actually my first... I guess you could call that a blind run of sorts, but I say of sorts because it's not to say that I've never played this game before. I absolutely have. Just, I guess you could call it a rusty speedrun as well in that sense, because as someone who's beaten this game like years and years back, it was the first time I had touched in a while, but I knew that I wanted to run this just because of how much fun I had with it and just the fact that it really makes for a good speed game. No question about it. Oh, dang it. Okay, so now we got more paintballs here. I'm going to try and get through them as best as it will let me, but of course you had seen that there was different altitudes with those few cannons, different kind of jumps. We're going to make it easier. It just missed the gold medal time, unfortunately, but that's perfectly fine. At least you get to see my character do a little moonwalk to celebrate in second place. In case you're curious about what that shirt is, that's a little avatar award I unlocked in Dance Central 2, I believe. One thing that I don't think ever really carried over in the achievement system of Xbox games come the Xbox One generation was avatar awards, where you didn't just get achievements, but you could also get free avatar customization items by simply accomplishing things if the game allowed for that. I always thought that was a bit charming. Of course, not the most necessary thing, understandable, but, you know, still appreciated it.
Yeah, kind of a shame that didn't get carried over.
Yeah. And I can only wonder what it's like to play on the Series X now, because I'll be honest, I have not gotten any of those yet, and I don't have any current plans to do so, but I do know that it is very kind of Microsoft to have allowed most developers to basically make a bunch of the Series X games also compatible with the One. So it's very nice that they're at least looking out for those who haven't quite swapped yet, but I do know that some games have started to become a bit more exclusive to Series XS. For instance, Yakuza spin-off Judgment is currently a Xbox Series X only if you're getting the physical copy, because the Series S is the digital-only version. And
actually, Judgment is locked to the PlayStation. The sequel to Judgment, which is coming out later this year, is also going to be on Xbox.
Right, Lost Judgment, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Right. Well, another console game that I can think of that is specifically to Series XS and PS5 is Devil May Cry Special Edition, which my good pal, the Scruffington, runs, and actually did so for this year's Summer Games Done Quick. Yeet! That was a very nice launch right there. For those who don't know me, by the way, I am TempestMask1000. I'm also known as Steve, and I actually had the honor of hosting for SGDQ this year. It was a very fun time, and it was probably one of the most humbling things of my 1 year as a speedrunner. This last month, sometime in June, was when I officially got my start. And I guess it couldn't have been a better time given what we were all going through and stuff. So it's been really, it's been really fulfilling to be able to do these things for a year, just renewing my love for video games in a way that I had, at the time, just simply discovered during my college years, and just thought to myself, man, that would be so much fun to do. And well, here I am. So it's been quite a ride. Just being able to do all these different things. All right, so I'm just going to get across these ropes and jump off some more trampolines, like so. That was okay. So I unnecessarily reset there. I thought I wasn't going to make it. You might see me do that a couple or so times. That's just how it is. Sometimes I misjudge whether I'm going to make a platform or not, basically. I knew that one wasn't going to give me that much. I'm going to play it safe then, and then just wait to run. There we go. There we go. Yep. And some more jumping. Avoid the paintballs. And pray for luck from the Dorito gods. Although, let's be honest, RNGesus is probably going to take the wheel.
It's interesting that a lot of these obstacle course games have been kind of coming back into focus with games like Fall Guys and that new Temple game that Devolver put out.
Phantom Abyss, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, that game looks pretty fun. I've definitely seen what people do with it, and it is quite the time. I hope to try it out at some point or another, for sure. All right, so this is another obstacle that I'm going to just try to take carefully. Oh, wow, that was so close. Okay, so as you might have noticed, there was a moving platform that was supposed to act as my shield, but I was instead trying to take those paintball cannons a little less seriously and just go with the flow, basically. That's definitely not been working so well, though. So I'm just going to do it a little bit intended, but it is very possible to get past it and just avoid those cannons. Excuse me, cannons altogether. Oof. Okay. Just got to avoid the skip again, because remember, this is a no chicken run. I should mention that anytime you do take the skip and complete the level, the game does not give you first, second, third, or fourth, but instead a chicken rank. It's a little something to say, hey, we understand that you took the bait, but maybe give it another try, this time with that aim the full thing if you can. Okay, so that obstacle obviously was not the best of the best, but I can still make some good time regardless, because now we are moving on to the final world, which is Japan. And big shout out to the Tokyo Olympic Games. I couldn't think of a better time to be running this game. It's definitely been quite the trial, and I know some people are very concerned about health and safety and stuff, but a big shout out to the athletes regardless who are currently in Japan trying to make their home countries proud and doing what they do best and doing what they've trained for. I've always thought that the Olympics were a very interesting time of those particular years, because I just love the fact that it's meant to be seen as a moment of togetherness, of unity, and an appreciation for the game. And I honestly hope that everything else over there goes swimmingly, because it's been a long time coming. I do respect the decision to keep things going, because a lot of people have simply been preparing for this very moment, and you know, it's very difficult what's been going on in the world, but just with the right kind of understanding, knowledge, and group effort, nothing is impossible.
I'm really hoping that someday we do get to see esports in the Olympics as well.
You know, that's exactly my thoughts too. That would be fantastic. Like, I could just imagine what kind of things could happen. Like the Esports Olympics, I could imagine it right now. It'd be something like the big video game tournaments, but a little something special. And maybe not necessarily like a 4-year wait period, but it could be annual. That would be pretty interesting. Or maybe just biannual, kind of like how every 2 years there's the summer games, then the winter games, stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. In any case, I just gotta get past these paintballs. There we go. Not my best performance on that obstacle either, but do what you can. And with that, let's keep going through Japan. We have level 2, Domo Arigato. It's a pretty simple Japanese phrase. Arigato, of course, meaning thank you. And here we go. All right. In case you didn't notice, by the way, you might have noticed 2 different colored conveyor belts. One is obviously a faster and provides a lot more force than the normal ones, which can be very hard to run. All right, not my strongest with dodging those mallets yet. Okay, there we go. Just got to slide down, across, and over. I'd say now's, once again, a good time to read some donations if we have any.
Yeah, let me talk about the charity again real quick for anyone who's just joining us. We're raising money for RAD, or Rise Above the Disorder. They help provide for people who cannot have access to or otherwise afford their mental health treatment. And so every bit that you're donating, as well as we have an amazing t-shirt with Midna and a sick panther on it. If you type !merch in chat, you get a link to that awesome shirt, and all the proceeds from that shirt are going to go to the charity. So it's a great way to give to charity and get a sick shirt at the same time.
I'm definitely going to highly consider that one. As a bit of a fan of Midna myself, and the fact it's so cool that we get to see the RBG Panther incorporated into that art. Shout out to whoever made that. That is some wonderful stuff right there.
Yeah, that shirt is definitely worth the pickup. I'm definitely considering the shirt myself as well.
All right. Ah, dang. Not good with the ropes, though. But a big shout out to the king of all kaiju, Godzilla, over there in the background, making a little cameo just as King Kong did in the American stage.
Yeah, little known fact that Godzilla is a massive fan of Doritos. Actually, it was in his autobiography, if you haven't read that yet.
I didn't. That's so hilarious. Although, which one? Because I know there are different Godzillas. There's Shin Godzilla. There's a kaiju verse. There's quite a few Godzillas, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's definitely got to be Kaiju Godzilla is the Doritos fan.
Oh boy. Well, I'm just gonna need to give myself a little bit of serious time because this one I've already done more than enough tries with, and I just gotta. Okay, that's a bit better there. Unfortunately, a lot more time wasted than necessary, but roll with it is all I gotta say. Okay. Alright, so the steeper the slope, the less likely that my character can even stand on it, because as you're seeing right there, the whole point of those slopes is that you can't do anything to stand on them. They're just there to cause you to slip, and that you might as well consider yourself doomed. Japan is probably one, like, it should go without saying that the fact there's a Japan Easy DLC means that the developers of this game definitely made Japan intentionally harder, and I can probably understand why. As you may know, Japan has a game show known as Sasuke, which is kind of like the Naruto character, except not really, because it's what inspired American Ninja Warrior. It's basically our version of Sasuke, and it's obviously still goes on to this day. So the fact that this is a pretty difficult world, I'd say, is a bit of a testament to that fact, if anything.
I remember in the Japanese version of Ninja Warrior, the first person to beat the race actually dislocated his arm going up the last mountain.
That's right. I think I remember that. Oh man, what a moment. All right, we finally cleared that level, and now we are moving on to peak performance. Just a warning that after this, there are only 2 levels left, and then we are donezo. Let's see if we can get there fast enough. Of course, these are intended to be longer levels unless I manage to get there fast enough. And there is a very good chance that I could go just a little bit over estimate due to that. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna restart there because I want to try and get back there faster, though. Okay. All right. There we go. And boom! Not quite. All right, I forgot to mention that you may have noticed at the top of the user interface, there is a little bar that continues to go from left to right, and that's obviously my progress on the level. So whenever I get closer to the second dot, that's how close you'll know I am to finishing this particular level. All right. All right, just go down here. Oh, fell through the gap right there. I would like to, as we're continuing on, give a quick shout out to a couple of the Doritos Crash Course community members that I'm noticing in the chat. Thank you guys for coming along to see this through. It was very kind of you, and shout out to the Doritos Crash Course community. There is a Discord server that if you guys are interested, you can join by checking out the Doritos Crash Course speedrun.com page, and the Discord link should be there. No problemo. Also, you'll probably get a kick out of the background image chosen for that particular leaderboards page. And there are quite a few categories for you to take on. So if no chicken is up to your speed, then that's one of the things you can do. Of course, there's also the chicken category, the DLC stuff. There's quite a few things, and even the individual levels, or even just single worlds. There's quite a bit for you to try out if you're a bit particular. Next time I run this game, I am definitely going to consider at a marathon, though. I'm definitely going to consider bringing along some people for the ride, because this game is just too fun, and that doing a race honestly seems like the next best thing to bring to a live scene for sure. With that said, though, I would definitely love to thank all the people at RBG for accepting this game. Definitely the one that I found the most surprising, but I'm glad that I did not disappoint you with my submission video. For sure, this game is quite fun and all that good stuff, so yeah. Thank you for...
It's definitely been fun to watch.
Absolutely, I'm glad you think so. Again, this is I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but this is my first time running the game for a marathon, so I felt like this was a very nice way to sort of start that off. I do want to give a quick shout out to Calathon, though, for which was something that I did originally intend to submit this game to for their Meme-a-thon Strikes Back event, which I figured this game would have been a perfect submission for that. But, of course, that did not come to pass. But regardless, this is perfectly fine, and even then, I still think Meme-a-thon Strikes Back was quite the time for sure. And the next time it happens, I'd be more than happy to try this again, hopefully to show it off and, you know, just enjoy all the good times with chat and stuff like that. But anyway, let's keep going. Oh, that paintball got me off the platform. No dice. The game knows that I'm trying to finish here on time, but unfortunately, that's just but a dream! Exclamation point fiction. And a brief shout out to my good friend LOZ Cards Fan. That's a reference to his channel right there. Alright, so I'm just gonna jump off these spikes. No need for that platform right there. And, ooh, here we go. This one, This one right here is as you can see right there, we got a little rotating cube with different types of conveyor belts. And we got some of the fast ones, we got some of the not so fast ones, and one of them is going in the opposite direction. Oop, oop, there we go. Nice.
Nicely done.
And we are now moving on to the final level of the game. So time will be coming up very soon. Should be when I hit that final goal. Go. So we're obviously starting off with more flipping platforms, but this time a bit more challenging for sure. Good. There we go. Thankfully, that pressing hammer was not super dangerous, but that conveyor belt very much was. Good. All right. Just got to give a bit of control here. Oh no! Wow, that was. Oh geez, that was a bit of a panic moment right there. Didn't think I was gonna make it. Oh boy. Okay. More trampolining. And there. Alright, so I'm just gonna take care of some more obstacles. I would like to once more open it up to the host to say anything, if any announcements or any donations if we got any.
No, I just want to again point out how important it is that people have access to mental health care, and that if you're going through a hard time right now, there is no shame in reaching out for help. It's very difficult to do sometimes, but it's so vitally important. So I just encourage anyone out there who's struggling right now to reach out and get help.
Absolutely. I second that. It's definitely not the easiest sometimes, but it's always about just if not doing it for yourself, then definitely do it for others, because I always believe that no matter who or what you are, there's always somebody out there that cares about you, whether you know it or not. And as someone who has a few friends that often battle stuff like depression or schizophrenia, I definitely say that mental health is absolutely important. And that's time, by the way.
Very nicely done.
All right, not bad. Unfortunately, my estimate is officially yummy. Oh my goodness. Let's go. I didn't even notice that. That is probably the best. Yeah, all right. Well, in any case, ooh, but 3553. That's a palindrome time. I like that. Perfect. All right. So again, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to the Doritos Crash Course community. They once again they have a server if you are interested in joining and chatting with the community, or just want to have someone to play along with. They definitely seem like quite the fun crew, and I look forward to hopefully making having some fun moments with them. Been big shout out to Wanako Games, the developer of Doritos Crash Course or Avatar Crash Course, for having made this. Unfortunately, they did shut down in 2017, but I do want to share my appreciation to the original developer of this regardless, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have had Doritos Crash Course, and this game is just a blast. Guys, definitely give this a shot. Once again, you can get it on the Xbox 360 store, you can get it for Xbox One, or there's Doritos Crash Course Go, the PC version. I hope to see you there. Maybe one day we'll get to play together, but otherwise, this will not be the last time you'll hear from me. I will definitely be back tomorrow. Until then, though, have a great night. Keep enjoying all the different runs and stuff. And until we meet next, this is TempestMask1000 signing off. Ciao, amici.
Thank you so much, Tempest, for that awesome run. And coming up next, we have a Hello Kitty Sanrio and Friends race with Air Angel and Morrowind. You don't want to miss that. So hang around and we'll be right back with that race.